because I'm not satisfied with the answers. Now let me ask another question. During the explosion, who was murdered?
I was.
That's not a proper answer.
Yes, it is. I was practically murdered. That man from the gas company was a fiend.
You say he was. Where is he now?
I don't know. He disappeared.
Do you mean he was blown to bits?
Well, I can't say for sure. We had a meat pie in the oven at the time of the explosion. Now, whether it's the meat pie that's all over the kitchen walls or the gas repairman, I can't say for sure.
But I take that you're all in one piece.
Yes, you can take it that I am.
I don't like the situation here. We have an explosion, at least one telephone call concerning a murder, a witness that saw a body carried from the solarium, shotguns going off, maniacs in nightshirts running around, but yet when I question you people, no one seems to know anything about it.
It's not that we don't tell you the answers, it's just that you don't believe us.
Officially, let me say you haven't heard the last of this. When I turn this report in, I haven't the slightest doubt there will be a complete investigation. And you could tell that to Mrs. Hitchwick. And go wash your face.
Is that stupid policeman gone? Yes, but he says he's coming back. Oh, naturally. Well, go help Mrs. Bracker and Kitty clean up the mess on the kitchen walls. Okay. But I don't think we ought to touch him. At least not until after the police investigation. I don't think it's legal to scrape up the gas repairman. Nonsense. There's nothing out there but meat pie. Here, I'll go prove it to you. Archie.
Everything's okay. I've got Herkimer upstairs with a suitcase full of costumes.
Where's Madam Bagley?
I carried her up to the attic.
What did you do? Tie her up?
Tie her up? Of course not. What makes you think I'd do a terrible thing like that?
Well, you've done nearly everything else. How come she stays up there without screaming?
I just talked to her. She's working for me now, looking into her crystal, all very hush-hush.
I don't know how I ever got mixed up with anyone like you, Archie. You're going to make me a nervous wreck. Are you still going ahead with your great plans of whimsical impersonation?
Of course, I've got Herky dressed up.
I only thought he'd be in no condition to do it after being blown through the kitchen window.
It's just what we needed. It sort of took the edge off his resistance. Besides, Kitty, it's no more than he goes through in the average football game. They used to call him Ironhead Jones.
I don't know about Ironhead Jones, but I know I'm a wreck just watching you. You've actually got him rigged up in that female costume from Charlie's Aunt?
Well, he was just getting into the skirt when I left. But I borrowed a pair of your grandmother's spectacles to make him look more like a doctor. I mean her. We've got to remember he's a she.
What does she look like? Perky, I mean.
She looks pretty, but she smells of cigars. We'll have to keep her at a distance during lunch.
And how soon does this Frankenstein monster appear?
I thought about 20 minutes. Kitty, you've got to be optimistic about this thing. We've got to get Herky safely enrolled at Redroot.
Just so long as you're not safely enrolled in jail. Well, I'd better go back to cleaning walls before Granny comes looking for me.
Okay, you just take care of them for about 5 minutes until I can get squared away. I've got to sweep up the pot in the solarium, okay?
Oh, sure. I'll just throw another meat pie on the wall.
Archie!
You shouldn't be down here. Get back upstairs and take that mustache off.
Mustache? Oh, yeah. I can't see very well through these glasses. I didn't notice I still had it on. How's everything else?
It could be worse.
Now look, Archie, this is the payout this time, right? You're not going to pull another one.
Herky, you just put this thing through and act like Dr. Appleby, and the tuition's as good as yours.
Okay, I'll have a go at it for the sake of the tuition and the dang old football team. But it can't go on forever. Now, what do I do?
Well, you just come in like you did before. Only this time I think you need a briefcase. There's one upstairs.
Then just go into the same routine, huh?
Yeah, but listen. Go upstairs, take off your mustache, fix up your makeup, and get the little briefcase off the table. And don't come down those stairs.
Why not?
Because someone might see you, you sponge brain. And as Dr. Appleby, you're not supposed to be coming from an upstairs bedroom. You're supposed to be coming from outside.
Well, how do I get back outside? I'm not gonna jump off the garage roof again.
There's a rope in the bedroom closet that I got out of the car. Tie it to something, not a chair, and climb out of the window. But be sure there's no one outside to see you.
Climb down a rope. Gee whiz, Archie.
We can't stand around here and gab. They'll be here any minute. Now, you sure you got everything straight?
I guess so. Now look, this is all settled, right? I'm Dr. Appleby. You're not gonna go running up to me when I come in and say I'm the gas man.
Just forget the gas man. From here on in, you're the new version of Dr. Appleby. Now, get upstairs.
Okay, 15 minutes.
I thought I'd find you in here loafing. Why haven't you been out there helping us clean the mess off the kitchen wall?
Well, I thought I'd be in the way.
That's beside the point. You're in the way wherever you are. I smell a cigar.
Cigar? Oh, it must be the gas pipe.
I know the smell of a cigar, young man. Is it you?
Oh, no, Mrs. Hitchwick. I know your rules about smoking. I haven't smoked a cigar in my life.
It's a mighty good thing you haven't, or I'd throw you right out of here, which probably would have happened anyway if you hadn't found Dr. Appleby for us. We can thank our lucky stars she'll be late, because it'll take another hour to collect lunch out of this chaos. It'll be cold cuts and salad now, whether we like it or not.
If there's anything I can do, you can count on me.
Well, what I want you to do is simple enough. You're so good at finding people. I wish you'd find out what happened to that plumber.
Plumber?
The gas man. The man that came to fix the stove with a cigar in his mouth. It would be very helpful to Posey's peace of mind, and to my own, if you could find some trace of him. A shoe, a ring, a gold tooth, anything.
Oh, him. He's probably hanging around somewhere.
What do you mean hanging around?
Well, just hanging around. Did I say hanging around? I must admit, in the cellar. Have you looked in the cellar?
I haven't looked anywhere. I'm asking you to look. Stop acting like a ninny.
Don't go that way. Just sit down. Sit down and relax. Just relax.
You relax, young man, and let go of me. I am going upstairs to get a clean frock for Posey to wear tonight when she serves. Something I couldn't trust you to do in a million years. Nitwit.
Well, I'm Dr. Appleby from Bowersville, and I'm so thrilled you've all invited me to lunch. Where is everybody?
Slow down and get back outside.
Oh, too soon, hey? Well, how'd I do?
Words could describe what a complete featherhead you are. Give me that cigar.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. No cigars while in training.
You're not in training. You're an eminent doctor. That doesn't happen to go around smoking cigars.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's just that I change these clothes so many times, I get mixed up. What do I do now?
Go back outside.
Outside again? Why?
When Granny Hitchwick comes in smelling cigar 1 minute, and you come in smelling of the same cigar the next minute, explanations become futile. Now get back outside and take a deep breath. And eat a peppermint. And don't come in and lay it on so thick. And above all, remember, easy does it.
Okay, but you can't expect miracles.
I thought you said you didn't smoke cigars.
Well, I guess I just recently picked up the habit.
Young man, in my opinion, if a man isn't old enough or big enough to grow a good, heavy beard, he looks like a nincompoop blowing smoke outside of himself. And I'll tell you something else, young man.
Well, cleaned up in the kitchen, and we fixed a salad for lunch.
Splendid. Get out in the kitchen and throw that thing in the garbage. And tell Posey and Mrs. Bracken to get in here.
Yes, ma'am.
Kitty, why don't you have enough sense to jilt that fuzzy-headed baboon?
Baboon or no baboon, I'm in love with him, Granny.
Love? You can't love something with no brains. You can feed him and talk to him, but you can't love him.
He comes from a good family, and he's going to college.
Oh, yes, he's going to a college. He's going to a college so obscure that the students act like fugitives. And as for his family, I'm not at all sure they claim he was theirs.
They're all nice people, poor but honest, just like Archie.
Poor but honest. That conniving husker is only planning to marry you for your money.
Well, don't forget, Granny, that you married Grandpa for his.
Why, of all the...
Truth crushed to earth will rise again.
Well, you must realize, Kitty, that anything I did for your own good. You were going with a perfectly lovely boy from Princeton. His father was in oil.
Oh, that's too bad.
I mean, it was his business. Now, I'm sure if you found another boy, Archie would find another girl.
I don't want Archie to find another girl.
Well, then you'd better watch him when that pretty little Dr. Appleby gets here.
Pretty little Dr. Appleby?
Do you know her, Mrs. Bracker?
Of course not. But as I said, I talked to the landlady of a boarding house. And when I asked if she could come to dinner, she said she didn't think so because she was all dated up for 2 weeks. And I said lectures. She said no, boys.
She's young.
Now, pretty? Now, isn't he a sly one? Look at the guilty look on his face. I bet he didn't tell you she was young and pretty. No, I guess he didn't. Isn't he a sly one? Posy, take this upstairs and get changed. And wash up.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm more excited than ever about meeting the mysterious Dr. Appleby.
Me too.
Oh, my gosh. There's a very peculiar-looking person coming in at the wash. She looks like a retired washwoman.
Oh, great.
Oh, Posy, go upstairs and get changed. Mrs. Bracker will answer it.
It's probably somebody selling something.
No, maybe I can get rid of her.
Be still.
Well, I hope I haven't kept you dear people waiting.
Why, Mother! What a nice surprise to see you!
I'm your mother? When did this happen, Archie?
Well, Mrs. Hitchwick, I think that explains the entire situation. Now, the least you can do is cooperate with the law enforcement body of this city.
Cooperate? Why, if I were a man, I'd throw you right out of here along with that Neanderthal specimen of yours.
Now, you got no call to fly up to handle like that. I'm here in the line of duty. This gentleman here has made a serious charge that has to be investigated one way or another.
I consider it a colossal waste of time and money for grown-up policemen to be running hither and thither, investigating all the wild-eyed charges brought in by every prehistoric throwback from the Ice Ages who blunders into your foul-smelling offices.
I didn't catch that last part. What's she talking about?
I'm sorry about all this, Miss Hitchwick, but my problem concerns Archie, who happens to be in your house.
Oh, pooh. Archie Johnson's a problem to everyone. But that doesn't excuse this constant constabulary incursion.
What'd she say that time?
This might be kidnapping, ma'am, and that's a serious offense.
Kidnapping? Just what is this all about?
Like I said before, ma'am, this Mr. Wickersham reports a player by the name of Herkimer Jones is missing.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but obviously that is no fault of mine. I don't make a practice of abducting football players.
I know, ma'am, but the thing is, I traced him in this very house in Archie's car. Apparently he came in and never came out, which leads me to suspect some sort of foul play. You understand, I'm sure, that a football player is a valuable commodity.
Now, if you just let us take a quick look through your house, it would satisfy us that you are not harboring any missing persons.
Do you have a search warrant, Mr. Girk?
Well, no.
Then please get out. You haven't enough evidence to search the inside of a trash barrel. Just because a muscle-headed football coach suspects something doesn't give you the right to go prowling through transoms.
All right, you're within your right, ma'am, but it's only fair to warn you that because of what's been going on here, we have a detective outside who is watching this place and is sending in a report every 20 minutes. There's nothing more we can do here legally, Mr. Wickersham.
Okay.
Excuse me for interrupting, but while you're talking about missing persons, what about Madame Bagley? She came back here a second time, you know. I saw her come up the drive. Run along, Posey. This is no concern of yours.
You have a disappearance to report, a Madam somebody?
Never mind her. She's just my maid, and her head's full of flying beetles. Oh, is that so? Well, I'd like a few things explained around here. What happened to the man in the nightshirt up on the roof? And what happened to the gas repairing when the kitchen blew up?
Aha, missing people. I think there'll be enough evidence here for a search warrant. Come on, Mr. Wickersham.
Right with you.
Posey, you are an irresponsible blabbermouth. Flattery will do you no good with me, Mrs. Pitcher, when there's trouble afoot. Wrong things should be put right. Wherever there's a mess, I'm for cleaning it up. Then I suggest you start with yourself and be quick about it. I was just going.
Did you get rid of the policeman?
Temporarily, I'm afraid. How's the kitchen?
Everything's pretty well in order. Lunch is nearly ready to serve, and Dr. Appleby can come any time now.
She's rather late for lunch. You don't suppose she's given us up?
Oh, no, it's just that she's a terribly busy person. If she said she was coming, I'm sure she'll be here, or else she'd let us know.
Oh, I hope you're right. I'm more excited than ever about meeting her since you have reason to believe she's young and charming.
She'll be someone nice for Kitty to know.
No, I was thinking she'd be someone nice for Archie to know.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I don't approve of Archie. Not for Kitty, anyway.
He is a bit scatterbrained.
Not only is he scatterbrained, but he has very few to scatter. Did you get a good look at that mother of his?
She did seem peculiar, and Archie was very anxious to get rid of her.
He practically pushed her out of the house. What people! I don't want Kitty marrying into a family that's only one generation out of the trees. Kitty doesn't know it, but ever since she's been taking up with Archie, I've been plotting to get them apart. So far without success, but I haven't given up.
Young people certainly manage to have ideas of their own.
More's the pity. We'll just have to wait and see what the visit from the Dr. Appleby brings forth. We must contrive to leave the two of them alone as much as possible. I'll tell Kitty to go help in the kitchen as to keep her from butting in on Dr. Appleby and Archie. And we can thank our lucky stars we didn't have to invite that wild-eyed mother of his.
Everything's done, Granny, but I'm leaving the salad dressing for you.
Oh, splendid. Well, I suppose we can finish up. There's just the salad and the dressing and getting the coffee. I'd love to help.
Boy, I'm beat.
I don't see how we can go through with it, Archie. We just can't.
Kitty, I've got to. I've just got to.
You've actually succeeded in dressing Herkimer up as a girl?
Yeah.
He's willing to go all through this again?
Well, he's not exactly willing, but he's going to do it.
Where is he now?
I've got him just out of sight at the top of the stairs.
Is he pretty?
Well, yeah, but you can't make a violet out of a cactus plant. But she has a lot of girlish qualities. Kitty, the fact is, we need your help.
But Archie...
I'll show you what we're up against. Dr. Appleby. What do you think?
He looks like a fugitive from a girls' reform school.
I admit he needs a little fixing up. But, Kitty, could you find us a pair of stockings and shoes?
All right, but that's all I'll do. I think I have an extra pair of stockings upstairs, and we have some shoes that were too big for Posey. If he can get away with this, he deserves a year's tuition, and that's a fact.
I didn't like to mention this in front of Kitty, but don't you think I'm a little bit flat up here?
Yeah. But you can pad yourself. Here, use these. If that's not enough, you can get some more upstairs. Your legs are terrible, but it's amazing what... It's amazing what nylon stockings can do. If you can find something, pat yourself around the hips. Your face is horrible. But don't use too much makeup. And above all, remember, look intelligent.
How do you do that?
Well, you've got to think of something. Do you have something you can think of?
I know a couple of football signals, but...
Well, think of those and we'll see what it looks like. No. Try these. I think that looks better.
You really think so?
Well, I can't see very well without my glasses, but I think so.
What do I do after I get fixed up? Come in the front door again?
Yeah, but put more refinement in it. Don't come in like this is a skating rink, and don't climb down that rope again. It's too risky. Go through Posey's room and jump off the garage roof.
Archie, heaven's sakes, have a heart. I can hardly walk after all I've been through.
Now, brace up, man. It's the least you can do for your school. Now, get out there and fight for dear old Redroot.
All right. Archie, where are the stairs?
Heck if I know.
Don't worry, everything will be great.
Good luck, old man.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Coach Wickersham, what are you doing in town?
You know exactly what I'm doing in town, Archie, my boy. Stop beating around the bush. Where is he?
Where's who?
You know who, and let's don't try to play hard to get. Where is he?
You can't come into someone's house and talk to me
Yes,
like
I
that.
can. I'm doing it. Now, you better get Herkimer for me, or we're going to use your head for kickoff this afternoon.
You've got to leave Herky alone. He plays football for Redroot.
Oh, does he now? Let's get one thing straight about intercollegiate football rules, you flat-bearded undergraduate. Herkimer doesn't have a dime for tuition, and neither does that multi-brick, dim-bulb college you go to. So if Herkimer plays football for Redroot, it's illegal. And what's more, you know this, so you're guilty of kidnapping Herky, so I can't get him for state.
You can't accuse me.
I can too. You better turn Herkimer over to me who can do him some good. I'll buy him a new set of clothes, wrap up an education for him, and put it in his pocket. If you can do that for Herkimer, more power to you. But you can't. You're stuck. I'll give you just 10 minutes to turn Herkimer over to me, or I'll pound you into a cube steak.
But he doesn't want to play football for state. He wants to play football for Redroot.
If you can use high-handed methods to get him to play for Redroot, I can use some pretty high-handed methods to get him to play for state.
Well, you can't hold Herky against his will.
I've got some stuff here made by a doctor to make a guy unconscious if the pain is too great when he gets hurt in a game. I'll just rock Herky to sleep with a little of this, get him in a football suit, and I bet you 10 to 1 he doesn't care who he plays for once the whistle blows. Now do I get Herky, or do you go to the hospital?
Okay, I guess you hold the winning cards. But, well, you can't have Herky right now. You'll have to wait about 30 minutes.
30 minutes? That brings us right up to game time.
I know, but you'll just have to wait. I can't get him any faster.
I'm going to wait right here where I can get my mitts on you.
Okay. No! Granny's having company for lunch. You can't stay here. You'll have to stay in the solarium. In there.
Herkimer will be here in 30 minutes?
I give you my word, I know when I'm licked.
All right, Archie, but no tricks.
He'll be here.
Didn't Posey answer the door?
No, I answered it. It was just a dumb football coach from state. He wanted to ask a dumb question.
Is Dr. Appleby here?
No, it was just that Wickersham person to see Archie about something. It just seems to be one false alarm after another.
Now there, that must be Dr. Appleby.
I hope so. I guess Posey's still changing her clothes. Wouldn't you know she wouldn't be available at the final moment? She can make more fuss and do less work than anyone I know, with the possible exception of Archie.
was most anxious to see me. I was coming to town on business, and since there was some urgency in the message, I thought I should see you.
I'm glad you did. It was good of you to come. This is Mrs. Bracker, a neighbor from across the street. And this is Archie, a friend of my granddaughter, Dr. Appleby.
How do you do? And please, just call me Annette, not Dr. Appleby. I'm listed as doctor on the faculty at the university, but I do try to live it down.
You'll stay to lunch with us, of course?
I must confess I haven't had any. It's awfully nice of you, and I do just have time.
Splendid.
Oh, how nice.
Are you sure? You don't have previous engagements and things?
No, it works out very nicely. I do have an engagement later this afternoon, but it doesn't interfere. Unless the business you wish to talk to me about is unusually long.
Oh, dear, no. Perhaps you've heard of my famous charity donations each year? I devised a system whereby a charity is named by a surprise person other than myself, and I give them the check for $5,000.
As you say, your charity donations are famous. I certainly have heard of them.
Well, your name has been selected to name the charity. Name any charity you wish.
Why, I don't know what to say. That's quite an honor. And it's quite exciting, too. I'm allowed to give away $5,000 in any way I wish.
Yes, I put any name you say on that check.
It would be hard for me to think of something on the spur of the moment.
Yes, it's rather breathtaking. But let's see. Some hospital, I suppose.
Hospital?
Suppose I give you a few minutes to think about it while I see to lunch. Oh, here's my granddaughter, Kitty. Kitty, this is Dr. Appleby. Annette. Annette, this is my granddaughter, Kitty.
I'm happy to meet you. I'm delighted to know you.
I'm Posy. I'll have lunch on in a few minutes, and I want to say right now that I'm as clean as I can get. That's Posy, my maid. She was actually sent with good references, but I'm convinced now she has more references than she has brains.
I think she's very quaint. What a charming dress. Oh, do you like it? From the shop where I work, the Modern Maid. It's darling. I wonder if I couldn't wear something like that.
Easy does it, pal.
I've got to get all new clothes this summer, and that looks just right for me at the neckline. Do you suppose I could try it on?
Well, yes, if you like. We can go to the bedroom after lunch.
Kitty!
Kitty, you and Annette can get better acquainted later. Right now, I think you'd better go help Posy in the kitchen.
But, Granny, I don't...
Run along, Kitty. Posy's had a difficult time.
Yes, I suppose.
And Archie, you can entertain Annette for a while. I'm sure you'd like to get better acquainted. Run along, Kitty. I'll only be gone a few minutes. I don't think you'll mind. You'll find Archie good company.
What'd you have to stay for lunch for?
Isn't it all right? I do have to eat, and it was nice of him to invite me.
Well, maybe you'll get away with it, but you'll have to watch your manners and your conversation.
Of course, everyone always does, don't you think?
You know what I mean. Just take it easy. Your voice is marvelous, completely different. But you'll just have to take it easy. I'm not going to be the only one looking at you.
Do you think there's something the matter with the way I look?
Well, no, generally speaking, you look pretty good, but, well, there's nothing obviously wrong. Let me look at your legs.
I beg your pardon.
Your legs. How do the stockings fit?
They fit all right, thank you.
I must say this for you. You look a whole lot better all over than I thought you would. No, don't talk. Let me do the talking. We haven't much time. You can say the falsetto. Oh, I don't know whether it's the fact that you're wearing glasses or that I'm not, but, well, maybe it's a makeup. It's different.
Do you mean I have too much lipstick on?
Maybe that's it.
That's easily changed. I can take some of it off. I have a
No!
handkerchief somewhere.
You don't want to spoil the effect.
What's the matter with you?
You don't want to take your handkerchief out. Let me do it.
You're going to be too professional.
Well, I'll be darned.
What's that?
Well, how did you get here?
How did you?
Coach Wickersham, let me introduce
Never
you.
mind now, I know it is.
You recognize her?
Of course I do, you conniving fathead. Get out of here.
Well, pal, it's the end of the world. From here on in, you're going to have to decide who you want to play with. I'll get your stuff upstairs.
What's wrong with that sponge brain? You haven't fallen for me, have you?
Of course not.
What's he talking about?
I haven't the slightest idea. He's the craziest person I ever met.
What'd you come here if you didn't come to see Archie for?
Here we go again, the same old jealous, grubby Wickersham.
I'm sorry, Annette, but it's such a surprise to see you here.
I came here at the request of Mrs. Hitchwick to name a charity for her to give her money to. She does this every year. She's a perfect stranger to me, and so is everyone else in this house except you. Now, how did you get here?
I'm looking for a football player by the name of Herkimer Jones. This guy Archie's got him hid away somewhere so as I can't get him for state. He has some idea he can get him to play for Red Root.
Red Room?
It's a so-called college up country. I think it's the only college in the world that lost 2 straight games to the local junior high school.
I should have known.
Known what?
That the only thing that would bring you down here would be football. Always football. It was football that broke up our last date together, if you'll remember.
I know, Annette, I'm sorry. Ever since that night, I've been hoping I could make it up to you. Hoping you'd give me another chance. So please don't get mad.
I'm not mad, Grubby. It's just that I don't want to play second fiddle to a piece of pigskin.
It isn't that way at all. Really, Annette. I'm crazy about you. Always will be. I know I'm only a football coach while you're a highfalutin professor of philosophy, but...
Oh, Grubby.
Annette.
What in tarnation is going on here anyway? Just a regular mama's little helper, aren't you? I couldn't find the pants you had on this morning, but here's a pair of blue pants you can wear home. I'm sorry I couldn't have found something in a sweeter color.
Thunder's that nearsighted nitwit talking about?
I haven't the slightest notion.
This conversation with you is mighty peculiar. Did you come in here in a pair of blue pants like this?
Of course not. Are you out of your mind? Grubby, let's get out of here. Let's go to some little place on the turnpike and have lunch together.
I can't figure you two out. It isn't if he was making love to you, he doesn't treat you like a girl at all.
Grubby, do you hear me? I'm supposed to eat lunch here with these weird people, but I can make some excuse. I'll do my little job, which is to tell Mrs. Hitchwick who to give her money to, and then we'll go somewhere by ourselves.
But Archie promised me. By Jupiter, I think I've got it.
But Grubby...
But don't you see? Archie has Herkimer here disguised as a girl. That nearsighted booby lost his glasses and got caught in his own trap. He got you mixed up with Herkimer Jones. And the thing is, one of these females around here is Herkimer. We know Miss Hitchwick, Kitty, Maid, and you. The one that isn't one of those is Herkimer. And the thing is, you had to say so about this charity thing. What a twist. You can have Miss Hitchwick give her money to my poor, struggling freshman team at state.
Don't talk to me about your struggling freshman team. I should have known you wouldn't go anywhere with me unless I wore a football suit.
I'm sorry, Nat. We'll go to lunch, sure.
But first I'll have to speak with Mrs. Hitchwick.
Now who's making the excuses? You go on out to my car, and we'll go to lunch, and I'll forget about football.
Do you mean it, Grubby?
Of course. You go on out the side door of the solarium. My car's on the side street just beyond the bushes.
If you don't mind, I'll go out the front door the way I came in. Now, you're not going to keep me waiting.
Of course not. Where the dickens can he be? Behind them plants?
Ooh-hoo! Dr. Appleby! Annette! Ooh-hoo! Archie!
Looking for Archie, honey, I suppose?
I don't understand you, sir. Are you a friend of Archie's?
You could put it that way. But mainly, I'm your friend. We only have a minute to talk, pal, but I can offer you fun, fame, fortune, and a liberal education, which is more than Archie can offer you.
I say get out! Get away!
Don't you know who I am?
No, I didn't catch the name.
If you can catch this.
But Dr. Appleby! Yes, it's a surprise to see me at the door again, isn't it? But I can't run off without saying goodbye to Mrs. Hitchwick.
But you were said lunch.
Yes, but at the time, well, I didn't know. Something has come up that has changed my plans. If you can tell Mrs. Hitchwick I'd like to see her, I can explain everything.
Well, sure, if you say so.
Oh, Posey, isn't Mr. Wickersham here?
You mean the man with the hat? No, I don't think so.
You haven't seen him?
No, ma'am.
That's strange. Well, never mind. Just tell Mrs. Hitchwick.
Yes, ma'am.
Annette, you gotta help me. I got the wrong one.
Right, where'd you go?
I got a gal in the back seat. I thought it was her. She's out like a light. I wonder if you could go out and bring her around, loosen something or something.
What hell have you been up to?
I'll explain later, baby. It's in the back seat.
Oh, all right. Tell Mrs. Hitchwick I'll be right back.
Ah, I don't believe I've seen you around here. Been hiding?
I'm telling the world I've been locked up!
I suppose that mean Archie fellow did it to you.
Sure, that's the guy. Archie. He had me locked up inside of the attic. Also, wham! Hit me on the head. Such a headache I got.
Oh, that Archie sure is a mean fellow. Here, I've got some stuff. It's great for headaches. Take a sniff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's still unconscious. I can't do a thing with her. Who's that? Grabby, what have you done?
It's Herkimer Jones and Scott. You go tell Miss Hitchwick, and I'll meet you out in the car later.
Oh, that man! How could I have been such a fool? Oh, Annette, I've got to talk to you. Posey says you're not staying. No, I'm sorry, but I can't.
Some football player you are. I ought to kick you in the slats.
Now, just a minute, Archie.
Oh, Kitty, it's you.
Just keep still a minute. I've been trying to explain something to you. Now, what's this all about? Posey says you can't stay to lunch after all.
Something has come up. I'm terribly sorry. I'd like to be able to do it another time, though.
Of course. We'll do it again when the stove's working. But now for the big moment. Will you do me the honors of naming the charity that will receive the $5,000?
Yes, certainly. I think the most worthy cause in the world today is scholarships.
What?
Scholarships.
But
Now,
scholarships,
Granny, play your game fair.
Of course. But is this a trick? Has Archie been poisoning your mind?
I would suggest that the scholarship be given to Redroot.
Redroot? Was this suggestion yours or Archie's?
The suggestion is mine. This boy Archie hasn't said one word to me about the college. My decision about the donation is to give it to Redroot. Whether you follow it or not is up to you.
They're your own rules, Granny.
Of course. No one will accuse me of not playing the game fair. Well, if you'll come up to my study, I'll present you with a check. It's a little formality I go through each year.
Of course, it would be my pleasure.
I never dreamed you'd name Redroot.
Neither did I. It was pure inspiration.
Redroot. Heavenly days.
We did it. We did it.
Listen to me, you idiot. I've been trying to explain to you. That girl isn't Herkimer. It's the real Dr. Appleby. The real Dr. Appleby has been here the whole time.
The real Dr. Appleby? But you heard her. She named Redroot. She named Redroot.
This is no time to get excited. And your worries aren't over either.
But Herky,
I know. Perky's gonna come in here any minute saying he's Dr. Appleby. And when he does, you can just bet Granny will tear up that check. She'll just tear it right up.
well, we can't let Herkimer spoil things. We've got to stop him. Where is he?
How do I know? Haven't you got an extra pair of glasses around here? So you'll be of some use and quit saying hello to the hat rack.
But Herky's got my glasses. I'll be all right when we get Herky. You think he's in the garage?
He's not in the house. When the real Dr. Appleby got here, I searched the house and I just went up the back stairs and he's not in the bedroom.
Well, where do you think he is?
I don't know, but maybe he's in summer house. I'll look there.
Okay, and I'll keep my eye out here. Go get him.
Okay.
Well, here I am.
Oh, it's a good thing you came here when no one was here. Take your clothes off right away.
What are you talking about?
I know you have be upset, but your troubles are over. From here on in, all you have to wear is football suits.
What's the matter with you, brother? You act like your head is full of crushed pineapple. I wouldn't be caught dead in a football suit.
Now, I'm trying to explain to you, nitwit. The real Dr. Appleby is here, and by some miracle, she named Redroot. And if they find another Dr. Appleby saying the same thing, it will spoil everything.
Another Dr. Appleby? Say, this sounds like a wonderful story. What's the idea of 2 Dr. Applebys?
Who are you?
I'm Dorinda Clay from the Gazette. Who did you think I was?
Great Caesar, the newspaper.
Yes, sirree, and it sounds like the newspaper, Great Caesar, has uncovered a spicy story in connection with Mrs. Hitchwick's annual donation. We'll have to see what the rest can add to it. And
here's the rest of your story. I hate to do this, pal, but it's for your own good.
Kitty, where is everybody? I was just about to ask you the same thing. Posey's gone, Mrs. Bracker's gone, and Annette was supposed to take this check with her, and now she's gone. Perhaps she didn't understand. You know it'd be a lovely gesture, Granny. Let Archie take the check. Do you want to make your dear old grandmother eat humble pie?
It wouldn't hurt us both to eat a little. I'll come back and live in my own room again if you'll be nicer to Archie and Posey too.
One thing at a time, dear, at my age.
Excuse me for walking in here like this. The door was wide open.
Run along, Mr. Girk. There's no problem here.
Oh no, this time I mean business. I got search warrants, subpoenas, revolvers, and 5 men outside with riot guns. I want you and this Mr. Wickersham to come with me down to the station for questioning.
Me? Go to the police station? You must be mad.
We've got you dead to rights, ma'am. We've been taking films of this house for the past hour, and it seems to me as if at least 100 bodies were carried out here somewhere or another. They're lying all over the place. In the back of cars, in the shrubbery, in the grape arbor. There's even one in a barrel under the back porch. Now, either you come peaceful or we'll bring in the patrol wagon and the riot squad.
We'd better go, Miss Hitchwick. I can explain after a fact. It's just a formality.
Explain. 100 bodies?
We sent for a truck, and they're picking up the bodies in the care of a doctor. They're saying to the police were to be separated and identified.
Just how did this all happen?
They're just unconscious, and there's not even a dozen. Annette's is the one in the barrel.
Isn't Archie on this somewhere?
I don't think so. As far as I know, this gentleman's in the clear.
Gentlemen.
Now, Granny, humble pie.
This is the man from the gas company. He's come to fix the stove.
That doesn't look like the man that came to fix the stove earlier.
And watch more. He says he'll never be the same. He's given up smoking cigars.
Very sensible, I'm sure. You'll show him to the kitchen? I suppose he'll know the stove when he sees it.
Yes, Granny, but no sarcasm. The kitchen is out that way.
And now, Archie, I'd like to present you with this check, $5,000 made out to Redroot for scholarship teacher will undoubtedly be going up there this afternoon. I suppose it'll be used for football scholarships, but I want it to be used for only those who maintain an A average. A, that's the letter I started with.
A needs to be, Granny. Why not make it a B average?
Let's compromise. B leads to C. Okay.
All right, it's a definite C and not a D.
All right, if you folks are through going through the alphabet, will you kindly oblige me?
Who could that be? It couldn't be you.
I hit you know who in the barrel.
Well, here I am at last. You're Mrs. Hitchwick, I presume?
No, I'm not Mrs. Hitchwick, but I ask who in tarnation are you, miss?
Well, I thought just everyone knew who I was. Haven't you all been expecting little old me? Permit me to introduce myself.
No, let me, permit me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Herkimer A. Jones. She is going to be playing football for Redwood this year.
Play football?
Why didn't somebody tell me? I thought football was a rough game.
Apparently it ain't the way it's played at Redwood. Now, will you please come on?
All right. Kitty, will you have dinner with me tonight? And Archie, I want you to come too.
But, well, where's it going to be?
That depends.
Here or at the jail?
That depends. We'll talk about it later. Come on.
Archie, I don't understand all this. First I'm a swami, then a farmer.
Archie, we don't have time. We're going to have to drive like mad to get you at the college. I brought your duds from the car. Kitty, get the admissions office on the phone and tell them you have a Herkimer A. Jones. We'll have to get that confirmed before you go on the field.
Redwood College, please.
I'll help you on with your stuff. Now, you're not going to smoke any more cigars.
Sure, Archie.
And no girls, except on Sundays.
Sure, Archie.
Give me the registration office, please.
Now, you report to the coach right away and tell him that there's no reason you can't play. You go in as quarterback, and the first play you should do is a left-in reverse.
I'd like to put a name in for enrollment. Yes, Herkimer A. Jones. Just a minute. Herky. Herky. What does the A stand for?
The A is for apple.
Well, I'll B. B is for batty.
C is for crazy.
Never mind. D is for a word I feel like saying after a day with Archie.
E is for the end.